Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boscheman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. We're coming off one eclipse, and we're jumping right back onto another. So we've got an eclipse coming up on October 2nd or 3rd, depending on where you live in the world. That's a solar eclipse. So we're going to take a look at the energies and how this could present for each life path in this reading. This, of course, is a general forecast. If you would like your own personal numerology forecast or readings, please book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. Also, if you were to book a year ahead forecast, any reading that has the year ahead forecast in it, then you will get the rest of 2024 as well as all of 2025 in your forecast and in your PDF. So if you're interested in that, head on over to my website and book some time with me so you can take advantage of that discount. One thing I do want to mention about this eclipse is that it is an eclipse. So whatever unfolds at this time will be the beginning of a storyline that will continue to unfold and be progressive over the next 6 months or so. So just kind of keep that in mind as we move through the reading, that these energies may not all come in at once. It might be something of a storyline that continues to unfold as you move forward in the coming months. So without further ado, let's take a look. Life path number 8. So you're going to be working with the vibration of the 1 and the 2 for this eclipse. So there's something coming in around your relationships with this eclipse. And remember, this is going to probably play out over the course of the next 6 months or so. But there's something coming in here where your relationships, and it's not necessarily just romantic relationships, it's the entire art of relating. So it could be friends, colleagues, the acquaintance that you meet on this, someone you meet on the street and passing by, the customer service representative, right? Like any situation where you are relating to another person could be coming up for evaluation at this time for greater reflection. And I would say this would be a great time, and life is going to present you with what you need in order to do this, right? It's not like you just need to sit in a corner and contemplate this. Life is going to present you with the people that you need to confront you with those areas where there needs to be some kind of shift or some kind of change. So if you're constantly giving your power away, let's say, then you will likely encounter people during this period who try to have power over you, try to control you in some way. And you're going to have to step into your power and find a way to, remove yourself from that situation or whatever needs to happen. Or let's say that you're someone who is more domineering in a relationship, right? And a connection doesn't have to be romantic. Let's say that you're more controlling or domineering, but you don't recognize that about yourself, right? You're going to likely encounter people who are going to, where that can likely play out, and they're going to probably present you with how they feel about the situation or the interaction. And it's going to be up to you to kind of explore that and to be open to that feedback, right? So the next 6 months for you all could be this period of the people that you meet really truly holding a mirror up to your face, like holding a mirror up to you and being like, take a closer look at yourself and how you're showing up to these connections. And it's not to be like you're doing something wrong or you're this awful person or whatever. It's not anything like that at all. The goal of this is to move you towards a place where every person that you meet, you are engaged in a way that is an equal exchange of energy, right? Where it's not someone has more control, someone has more power, someone has more whatever. Or if you're in some kind of a relationship, that there's not that codependency, that need for that other person to fulfill you type of thing. There's really truly that balance and that equal exchange of energy, right? That reciprocity and that beautiful balance of give and take. And again, sometimes we don't see how we're presenting in connections until we're faced with it, like until we're confronted with it by a connection. And then our job is to kind of evaluate that and, see what changes or modifications need to be made. So you could see a lot of that come up. And the reason why I kind of say this is not only just because of the 2 energy, but you're working with 1 and 2 energy. So You also have this focus on self, right? And your place in the world and how you present yourself and how you show up to relationships. And there needs to be some kind of reworking or reframing. And again, it's going to be different for each relationship because you likely present different to, the cashier at the grocery store than you do to your romantic partner. Potentially, right? And so different people throughout your experience over the course of the next 6 months can be reflecting back to you where it is that there might need to be some modifications in how you show up to those connections in order to have healthier, happier, more sustainable relationships, right? With people, whether it's, again, colleagues or acquaintances or whatever. So interesting energy there. Definitely could see some power dynamics come in. Definitely could see some, again, where others may be trying to assert themselves or have control or power over you in some way. And it may escalate to the point where you've got to really, truly, and I wouldn't even say escalate. It might just come to a point where you really need to have those honest conversations with them to express yourself so that those deeper conversations can be had. This is a beautiful time to heal connections that need healing and come together with people where there might have been some burned bridges. If it's the right thing for both of you, right? For all involved, if it's for the highest good of all involved. Sometimes when relationships separate or go in their separate directions, it's because that is what's best for all involved, right? That's for the highest good of all involved. And it doesn't mean that either person is a bad person. It just means that's the way it needs to be. But I think this period could bring a lot into focus around your relationships, especially the areas where it just doesn't feel good, right? It feels out of alignment. It feels out of balance. The goal of the two is to bring things back into balance, to kind of like harmonize those dualities, right? To find the common ground so that there can be peace and harmony, even if there's compromise. I mean, there has to be compromise, right? So anyway, you could see this come up, but it really is ultimately going to be some inner work on your part, not to try to necessarily change, not at all to change for what the other person needs, but to change so that you can feel good in how you're participating in these greater relationships. So a lot on the hot seat over the next 6 months for relationships for you all. And you could see a lot stem from that, right? You could see your personal relationships change in a major way, but for the good, right? So for where it feels very healing and very aligned for how you want your relationships to be. So it can be really, really beautiful work to be done over the next 6 months. The energy can be present. It's what we choose to do with it that makes a difference. But I think that you will likely see over the course of the next 6 months, people are going to be probably your greatest teacher. So pay attention and see what you can learn from it. All right, take care. Bye for now, 8s.